7 signs that predict how long you'll live after 70, scientifically proven. The elderly old age. The profound truth about our existence after reaching the age of 70 reveals itself in an increasingly palpable manner, where each passing year feels imbued with heightened significance, a precious commodity that underscores the finite nature of time. While genetics and medical history play undeniable roles, the remarkable reality is that our bodies constantly communicate nuanced signals, offering profound insights into the potential trajectory of our longevity. Some individuals navigating their 8th decade emanate an aura of enduring strength, mental acuity, and an unwavering zest for life, engaging vibrantly with the world around them. Conversely, others begin to experience a gradual deceleration, finding themselves increasingly grappling with a constellation of health challenges and persistent fatigue, subtly but steadily diminishing their quality of life. The divergence between these two paths often lies hidden within a specific set of key indicators, subtle yet incredibly potent signs that, when understood, can provide a revealing glimpse into the tapestry of one's future. These are not speculative theories or anecdotal myths. Rather, they represent robust patterns meticulously observed and rigorously documented by dedicated researchers and clinicians studying individuals who not only achieve advanced ages, but also sustain remarkably healthy and fulfilling lives. By diligently learning to identify these crucial markers within your own physiology and daily routines, and perhaps more critically, by understanding the proactive measures one can undertake, you possess the power to significantly enhance your prospects of extending your lifespan and cultivating a state of sustained well-being. Paying close attention to these seemingly minor details is paramount, as overlooking even the slightest shifts could carry profound implications for the years ahead. Once these signs become clearly discernible, you will gain an invaluable clarity regarding your current standing and be empowered to implement targeted adjustments that could, quite literally, add valuable years to your life, allowing for a more robust and engaged experience of old age. One of the most compelling and surprisingly straightforward indicators of how long you might continue to thrive beyond your 70th birthday is not concealed within the intricate double helix of your DNA, nor solely within the comprehensive pages of your medical records, nor even exclusively dictated by the meticulous planning of your diet. It is, in fact, something far more accessible and readily observable: your walking speed. Extensive and meticulously conducted longitudinal studies have consistently demonstrated that individuals who are able to maintain a steady, brisk, and purposeful walking pace well into their 70s and subsequent decades typically exhibit greater longevity compared to those whose ambulation gradually or abruptly slows to a significant degree. This profound correlation exists because walking speed serves as an intricate proxy, directly intertwined with a multitude of fundamental physiological processes. It reflects the robust health of your musculoskeletal system, indicating adequate muscle strength and bone density. It speaks volumes about the efficiency and integrity of your cardiovascular system, signifying effective blood circulation and heart function. And remarkably, it even offers insights into the intricate health and processing capabilities of your brain, as gait requires complex coordination and cognitive input. Consider, for instance, 2 individuals both aged 75. One, let's call him Arthur, embarks on a walk almost every morning, maintaining a consistent and energetic pace, navigating street crossings with effortless confidence and ascending staircases without noticeable struggle. His movements are fluid, his balance is impeccable, and his posture is remarkably upright and self-assured. In stark contrast, another individual, perhaps named Bernard, who once prided himself on his active lifestyle, has, over the past few years, experienced a noticeable and rather alarming decline in his mobility. He finds it increasingly challenging to keep pace with others, frequently needing to pause for rest, and often describes a feeling of unsteadiness, particularly on uneven surfaces. While Arthur's sustained brisk pace unequivocally suggests that his bodily systems are functioning with commendable efficiency and resilience, Bernard's observable and progressive reduction in walking speed could very well be a critical early warning signal, indicative of an underlying deterioration in his overall health. A slow, tentative, or overtly unsteady gait is far from being merely an inevitable consequence of aging. It can indeed be a telltale sign of more profound underlying issues, such as debilitating muscle weakness, sarcopenia, compromised circulation leading to reduced oxygen and nutrient delivery, or even the subtle onset of neurological decline, which might hint at conditions like Parkinson's disease or early dementia. Your legs truly are the foundational pillars of your independence and mobility. And when these crucial structures begin to weaken, so too does your entire body's capacity for resilience and self-sufficiency. The overwhelmingly positive news, however, is that walking speed is not an immutable characteristic. It is an attribute that can be actively and effectively improved. The more consistently you engage in regular ambulation, the stronger and more resilient your entire system remains. Should you have observed a personal tendency to slow down, it is imperative not to dismiss this observation as trivial. Instead, begin by implementing small yet consistent efforts to rebuild and enhance your physical strength. This might involve increasing the frequency and duration of your daily walks, incorporating light resistance training using weights, or regularly performing simple, targeted leg exercises such as calf raises, squats, or lunges, tailored to your current fitness level. Because ultimately the literal speed at which you are able to move through life can unveil a profound narrative about how long you will retain the ability to move freely and independently at all. Therefore, cultivating a mindful awareness of your pace is a highly valuable practice. It may very well represent the simplest yet most powerful self-assessment tool for gauging your long-term longevity prospects. Following closely in importance, the strength of your grip offers another surprisingly accurate barometer of your future vitality. It may seem counterintuitive, but the firmness and steadiness of your handshake can indeed reveal far more about your overall health trajectory than you might initially surmise. Extensive scientific research has repeatedly underscored grip strength as one of the clearest and most consistently reliable indicators of comprehensive physical vitality in the older adult population. A robust, unwavering grip is not merely a sign of powerful hands. It is indicative of well-preserved muscle mass throughout the body, efficient and healthy circulation delivering oxygen and nutrients effectively, and a finely tuned, well-functioning nervous system capable of transmitting signals with precision. Conversely, a grip that feels weak, or one that has noticeably declined over time, often serves as an early crucial warning sign of significant muscle loss, sarcopenia, an increasing state of frailty, and an elevated susceptibility to a broad spectrum of health complications, including a higher risk of falls and, regrettably, a shorter life expectancy. Consider the contrasting experiences of two individuals, both 78 years old. Patrick, for instance, has always taken considerable pride in his firm, confident handshake. He has diligently maintained an active lifestyle, incorporated light resistance training into his routine, and never encounters difficulty with common tasks, such as effortlessly twisting open, stubborn jar lids or comfortably carrying substantial bags of groceries. His grip remains a testament to his enduring physical vigor. Then there is William, also 78, who has begun to notice a disquieting change. Simple, everyday actions like unscrewing the cap from a bottle or securely holding onto a heavier tote bag now feel disproportionately challenging and demanding. He has regrettably dismissed these shifts as merely an unavoidable aspect of just aging. Yet what William critically fails to comprehend is that his progressively weakening grip strength is signaling a more widespread and concerning loss of muscle mass throughout his body, a condition that renders him significantly more vulnerable to debilitating falls, various injuries, and ultimately, a potentially diminished lifespan. Your hands, in a very literal sense, function as a tangible reflection of your comprehensive muscle health. If your grip strength is demonstrably weakening, it is highly probable that the structural integrity and strength of the rest of your body are also undergoing a similar decline. And critically, the greater the extent of muscle strength you lose, the more formidable the challenge becomes to maintain your cherished independence, sustain an active lifestyle, and uphold your overall physical resilience against the inevitable stressors of life. The immensely encouraging news, however, is that this decline is not irreversible. You possess the capacity to rebuild and restore your grip strength. Incorporating straightforward exercises such as rhythmically squeezing a tennis ball, utilizing specialized hand grippers, or even regularly carrying light weights during your daily activities can be highly effective in both preserving and enhancing your grip strength, thereby contributing to the maintenance of robust muscles throughout your physique. Therefore, it is prudent to take a moment and consciously test your own grip. If shaking hands now feels noticeably weaker than it once did, or if the performance of routine daily tasks is becoming increasingly arduous, it is vital not to disregard these observations. Because how effectively you are able to hold onto objects today may, in a profoundly meaningful way, predict how tenaciously you will be able to hold on to life itself in the years and decades that lie ahead. Beyond the obvious, your capacity to maintain balance, specifically your ability to stand on one leg, is an incredibly powerful, yet often overlooked, predictor of long-term health and longevity. Balance is rarely a consideration for most individuals until its gradual or sudden deterioration begins to manifest in noticeable ways. However, the simple act of being able to stand steadily on one leg for a minimum duration of 10 seconds has been identified by researchers as one of the most robust and consistent predictors of an individual's lifespan. Studies have unequivocally shown that people who struggle significantly with maintaining their balance are demonstrably more susceptible to experiencing a higher frequency of falls, which in turn lead to serious injuries, and are also correlated with a greater risk of cognitive decline. Conversely, those individuals who are able to preserve excellent balance well into their 70s and beyond typically enjoy longer, more active, and healthier lives. Consider two women, both in their early 70s. Eleanor has consistently embraced an active lifestyle. She engages in daily walks, regularly practices yoga, and can effortlessly lift one foot off the ground, sustaining her balance for numerous seconds without any discernible wobble or instability. Her movements are graceful and confident. On the other hand, Martha has unfortunately paid scant attention to her balance over the years. When she attempts the simple act of standing on one leg, she almost immediately begins to tip precariously, instinctively reaching out to grasp onto something solid, a wall, a piece of furniture, in order to regain her composure. What Martha fails to fully grasp is that this noticeable erosion of her balance is not merely a minor inconvenience. It serves as a critical warning signal, indicating a potential decline in her intricate coordination, a weakening of her essential muscle strength, and, alarmingly, even a subtle impairment in her fundamental brain function. Effective balance is a complex physiological symphony, reliant upon the harmonious interplay of several critical components: strong, responsive leg muscles, a finely tuned and sharp nervous system capable of rapid sensory processing, and a healthy, well-functioning brain efficiently integrating all these signals. If you find yourself experiencing more frequent stumbles, feeling inherently unsteady when executing rapid turns, or consistently needing to rely on walls or furniture for support and stabilization, it is an unequivocal signal that proactive intervention is required. The most encouraging aspect of balance is its remarkable malleability. It is an attribute that can be significantly improved through dedicated effort. Simple yet remarkably effective exercises such as consciously standing on one foot for a few seconds each day, practicing heel-to-toe walking as if on a tightrope, or engaging in the gentle flowing movements of Tai Chi can all contribute substantially to rebuilding and enhancing your stability. Take a moment right now to perform this self-assessment. Stand up, lift one foot off the ground. Can you maintain this position for 10 seconds without experiencing any struggle or needing to steady yourself? If the answer is no, there is no need for panic, but it is equally vital not to disregard this finding. Because the more diligently you commit to cultivating and strengthening your balance today, the more robust, steady, and confidently mobile you will remain for all the enriching years that lie ahead. Furthermore, the quality and consistency of your sleeping patterns offer profound insights into your potential longevity. How deeply and consistently you sleep each night speaks volumes about the health trajectory you are charting for yourself. Sleep is far more than a mere period of passive rest. It is an intricately orchestrated, vital biological process during which your body undertakes essential restorative functions. It meticulously repairs cellular damage, rigorously strengthens your immune system to defend against illness, and actively purges harmful toxins and metabolic waste products from the delicate architecture of your brain. Robust scientific investigations have consistently revealed that individuals over the age of 70 who are able to maintain consistent, high-quality sleep patterns tend to enjoy significantly longer and demonstrably healthier lives. Conversely, those who chronically struggle with poor sleep quality face a substantially elevated risk of experiencing memory decline, developing serious cardiovascular diseases, and suffering from a compromised and weakened immune system. consider the stark differences between two men in their mid-70s. Harold is characterized by a steady, predictable bedtime routine, consistently averages around 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep each night, and invariably awakens feeling profoundly refreshed and energized. In stark contrast, Benjamin frequently endures restless nights, characterized by incessant tossing and turning, multiple awakenings, and often struggles immensely to fall asleep in the first place, or to return to sleep once disturbed. Over an extended period, Harold's body continues to function with remarkable efficiency. His mind remains notably sharp, exhibiting robust cognitive function, and his energy levels are consistently stable and high, allowing him to engage fully in daily activities. However, Benjamin progressively begins to experience debilitating brain fog, persistent daytime fatigue, and even concerning fluctuations in his blood pressure, all demonstrably linked to his chronic and declining sleep quality. If you frequently find yourself waking up during the night, experience considerable difficulty staying asleep for sustained periods, or consistently feel exhausted and unrefreshed, even after spending what appears to be adequate hours in bed, it is crucial not to dismiss these symptoms as trivial. Your body is attempting to communicate vital information. Poor sleep can stem from a myriad of factors, including chronic stress, suboptimal dietary choices, an insufficient level of physical activity, or even undiagnosed health conditions such as obstructive sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, or chronic pain. The encouraging news, however, is that sleep quality is an area where significant improvements are entirely achievable. Implementing simple yet effective changes such as consciously reducing screen time in the hours leading up to bedtime, adhering to a consistent sleep schedule even on weekends, ensuring exposure to natural sunlight early in the morning, or judiciously avoiding heavy meals and excessive alcohol consumption late at night can yield profoundly positive results. Sleep is not merely about achieving a feeling of being rested. It is fundamentally about optimizing and maintaining your body and mind at their peak functional capacity. Therefore, tonight, cultivate a heightened awareness of how you sleep. If you awaken feeling consistently tired, struggle to remain asleep, or perceive that your sleep patterns have undergone a noticeable deterioration in recent years, it is an unambiguous signal that proactive adjustments are warranted. Because the restorative quality of your rest today holds a direct and powerful influence on how robust, healthy, and vibrant you will remain in the unfolding years ahead. Moreover, your appetite and eating habits after the age of 70 emerge as profoundly significant indicators of your potential for sustained longevity. The manner in which you nourish your body plays a quintessential role in determining the trajectory of your health. A healthy, consistent appetite coupled with a thoughtfully balanced diet serves as the cornerstone for maintaining a robust physique, ensuring your immune system remains resilient and fully capable of warding off illness and sustaining high, consistent energy levels throughout the day. Conversely, a sudden and unexplained loss of appetite or the adoption of persistently poor eating habits can tragically signal the presence of insidious underlying health issues, and in many cases actively accelerate the processes of cellular and physiological aging. Consider the distinct dietary realities of two women, both 74 years old. Eleanor, for example, genuinely relishes her meals, consistently opting for a wide variety of fresh, whole, unprocessed foods, and maintains a remarkably stable and healthy weight. She eagerly anticipates the ritual of preparing her own nutritious meals and experiences a consistent surge of energy that propels her through her daily activities. In stark contrast, Barbara has regrettably observed a concerning decline in her hunger. She simply doesn't feel as hungry as she once did. She frequently skips meals, increasingly relies on convenient but nutrient-deficient processed foods, and has over the past year inadvertently experienced an unwelcome and unexplained weight loss. What Barbara critically fails to recognize is that her diminishing appetite is far from being a minor, insignificant alteration. It functions as a glaring red flag indicating that her body may not be effectively absorbing vital nutrients, which could in turn severely weaken her muscles, drastically slow down her metabolic rate, and even profoundly compromise the efficacy of her immune system. A significantly decreased appetite in older adults is frequently and complexly linked to a spectrum of underlying health concerns, including various digestive issues, subtle yet impactful hormonal changes, or even the insidious early manifestations of cognitive decline. And when your body is consistently deprived of adequate nutritional intake, It regrettably begins to catabolize its own muscle tissue, inevitably leading to pervasive weakness, an advanced state of frailty, and a substantially increased susceptibility to debilitating falls and recurrent illnesses. If you have discerned notable changes in your own eating habits, whether it manifests as feeling satiated far too quickly, experiencing a distinct lack of interest or pleasure in food, or encountering unexplained weight loss, it is absolutely imperative to take immediate and decisive action. Eating well beyond the age of 70 transcends the simple objective of merely feeling full. It is fundamentally about furnishing your body with the precise, high-quality nutrients it desperately requires to function optimally and sustain vitality. Therefore, prioritize whole, nutrient-dense foods, ensure you maintain consistent and adequate hydration, and critically, do not ignore a shrinking appetite. It could very well be your body's subtle yet urgent communication that a significant internal issue demands your immediate attention. So pause and honestly inquire of yourself. Are you still genuinely enjoying your meals? Are you consistently providing your body with sufficient protein, fiber, and healthy fats to maintain its inherent strength and functional integrity? Or have you observed a concerning decline in both your appetite and your overall energy levels? The meticulous choices you make regarding your diet today will have a direct, profound, and undeniable impact on how strong, independent, and vibrant you will remain in the pivotal years to come. Furthermore, your inherent capacity to effectively manage stress after the age of 70 is an exceedingly revealing barometer of your potential lifespan. Chronic, unmanaged stress transcends mere emotional discomfort. Its pervasive impact actively weakens your immune system, significantly elevates your risk of developing debilitating heart disease, and alarmingly, demonstrably accelerates the complex processes of cellular and physiological aging. Conversely, individuals who have cultivated and consistently employ efficacious strategies for stress management tend to preserve superior health, remain more actively engaged in life, and retain remarkable mental sharpness well into their advanced years. Consider, for instance, the divergent approaches of two men, both 76 years old. John, much like any other individual, invariably encounters life's inevitable challenges: unexpected financial burdens, minor health scares, or complex family dynamics. However, through conscious effort and cultivated wisdom, he has learned to confront and navigate these adversities with an enviably calm, steady, and measured approach. He regularly practices deep breathing techniques, conscientiously maintains robust social engagement, and critically does not allow himself to ruminate on problems for any longer than is absolutely necessary, preferring to focus on practical solutions. Richard, on the other hand, unfortunately clings tenaciously to stress. He is perpetually consumed by worries about circumstances entirely beyond his control, feels consistently overwhelmed by even minor frustrations, and frequently finds himself ensnared in debilitating negative thought patterns. Over an extended period, this relentless, pervasive stress exacts a severe toll on Richard's physical being. His blood pressure steadily climbs, his sleep quality dramatically deteriorates, and his energy levels plummet, leaving him feeling chronically depleted. Long-term, unmitigated stress acts as a potent trigger for chronic inflammation throughout the body, a pathological state that has been unequivocally linked to nearly every major age-related disease, spanning from the insidious progression of Alzheimer's to the widespread prevalence of heart conditions. If you frequently experience pervasive tension, exhibit heightened irritability, or feel persistently emotionally drained, it is crucial not to disregard these significant warning signs. Actively seeking and implementing effective methods to manage stress, whether through the contemplative practice of mindfulness, regular physical exercise, targeted deep breathing exercises, or even the therapeutic power of genuine laughter and social connection, can profoundly add not just years, but also invaluable quality to your life. Ask yourself candidly, when confronted with challenges, do you exhibit adaptability and proactively move forward, seeking constructive solutions? Or do you instead succumb to pervasive worry, allowing stress to seize overwhelming control of your emotional and physical state? Your innate ability to remain composed, to thoughtfully identify viable solutions, and to purposefully concentrate on those aspects of life that genuinely fall within your sphere of influence is not merely beneficial for your mental tranquility. It stands as a pivotal and potent determinant of how long and critically, how well you will ultimately live. Finally, the strength and breadth of your social connections emerge as one of the most remarkably clear and consistently powerful indicators of your potential longevity after the age of 70. Comprehensive and rigorous studies have unequivocally and consistently demonstrated that individuals who cultivate robust and meaningful social ties, whether these manifest through deep friendships, supportive family networks, or active engagement within their local community, tend to experience significantly longer, healthier, and more fulfilling lives. Conversely, the insidious state of chronic loneliness has been unequivocally linked to a disturbing array of negative health outcomes, including a substantially elevated risk of heart disease, the debilitating onset of depression, accelerated cognitive decline, and, tragically, even a higher probability of early mortality. Consider the contrasting lives of two women, both aged 78. Elizabeth, for instance, maintains a vibrant and actively engaged social life. She diligently stays in regular contact with her cherished old friends, participates enthusiastically in a local book club, and genuinely delights in spending quality time with her extended family. She eagerly anticipates her conversations, frequently experiences the joyous release of laughter, and cultivates a profound and comforting sense of genuine connection to the diverse individuals who populate her social circle. In stark contrast, Deborah, unfortunately, spends the vast majority of her time in solitude. She has, over the course of many years, gradually lost touch with a considerable number of her friends, and although she technically has family, she rarely extends herself to reach out and connect. As the months inexorably pass, she progressively begins to experience a pervasive sense of isolation. Her mood noticeably declines, and alarmingly, her overall physical and mental health begins to suffer a discernible and concerning deterioration. Human connection is far more than simply a source of emotional comfort and support. It plays a direct, intricate, and profoundly vital role in influencing our physical health. When you actively engage and interact with others, your brain remains stimulated and active, your stress hormone levels naturally drop, and your body releases beneficial neurochemicals such as oxytocin, which actively promote a profound sense of overall well-being and contentment. If you have observed yourself increasingly withdrawing from previously enjoyed social activities, actively avoiding phone calls, or spending significantly more time in solitary pursuits than you once did, it is a crucial signal that a change in trajectory is urgently needed. Actively cultivating and maintaining social connections does not necessitate being constantly surrounded by a multitude of people. Even modest, consistent efforts, such as reaching out to an old friend for a simple chat, joining a local group or club centered around shared interests, or consciously making it a habit to engage in meaningful, substantive conversations, can make a monumental difference. Because the rich and supportive relationships you diligently nurture today do not merely bring ephemeral happiness. They serve as a powerful and essential safeguard, helping to ensure that you remain healthier, more resilient, and live longer in the rich and complex tapestry of the years to come. Now that you are equipped with this invaluable understanding of these 7 critical signs, it is an opportune moment to pause, engage in introspection, and honestly reflect upon your own current standing. Are you navigating the journey of life with an enduring sense of strength, purpose, and self-assured confidence? Or have you perhaps begun to perceive subtle yet unsettling changes that might serve as early warning signals, indicating areas that warrant your immediate attention? The unequivocally good news is that the vast majority of these pivotal factors, ranging from your walking speed, the robustness of your grip strength, your innate sense of balance, the restorative quality of your sleep, the nutritional integrity of your eating habits, your adaptive capacity to manage stress, and the vibrancy of your social connections, are not immutable decrees of fate. Rather, they represent dynamic aspects of your life that you possess the remarkable power to actively influence and significantly improve. Your future, therefore, is far from being an unchangeable, predetermined destiny etched in stone. Instead, it is a malleable landscape, and the conscious, proactive choices you courageously make today hold an immense and transformative power to profoundly impact the quantity and, critically, the quality of the years that lie ahead of you. If, through this thoughtful reflection, you have candidly recognized specific areas within your life where improvement is unequivocally necessary, it is paramount not to passively await a physician's official decree before initiating change. The time for proactive action is unequivocally now. Begin by consciously integrating more regular walks into your daily routine, even if they are initially short in duration. Prioritize dedicated efforts to strengthen your muscles through consistent exercise. Make the conscious decision to prioritize and cultivate truly restorative sleep patterns. Actively seek out and maintain robust social connections, engaging meaningfully with your community and loved ones. And crucially, dedicate time and effort to discovering and implementing effective personalized strategies for managing the inevitable stressors of life. The overarching goal transcends the simplistic objective of merely extending your lifespan. It is more profoundly about elevating the very essence and experience of living better. Because at the culmination of each day, true longevity is not solely defined by the numerical count of years that remain in your life's journey, but with far greater significance by the profound quality, vitality, and richness of the life you are privileged to experience within each of those precious years.